Okay, so hey everyone. Today I just wanted to share with you it's my first day at clinicals for phlebotomy, and I am so excited. I cannot tell you. I am on a break right now, my lunch break. So I got here at 8 in the morning, and I'm gonna be leaving at 5 p.m. So it's not too crazy. I've had worse work hours than that, but today was just so far it's been a good start, and I just wanted to share it so much with you guys. A lot of people say that it's a good foundation, a good start, just as well as CNA or like doing dental hygiene if you want to continue, or doing anything that is in the, I guess, like technological or like the basics of things. They usually say that one of these classes are really good to start off, and so I just wanted to let you guys know about my clinical so far. I did my first hand poke and it was awesome. Let me tell you, I only practiced on a mannequin back in April, before spring break. So spring break is like March. So yeah, I did it in April on a dummy. And one of the workers, there's two girls and one guy, so obviously the guy, he was the one that was brave enough to let me do him. And so I was like, are you sure? So I got a couple of pokes in. Today's my first day, so they haven't like thrown me out. So I think it was just to see where I was in comfortability, and just like how well I was able to do it, and if I needed to tweak any of the process of anything else. So I thought that was pretty cool. I was always worried about doing it on myself, which is one thing I can say. I am happy that COVID, that everyone shut down of everything because of COVID, because if they left it on, one, we probably would have gotten sick from each other, and two, we would have been having to get the needles into our hands, because there's veins in your hands. I don't know if you can see mine, but there's veins in your hands that they put the needle through to get the blood. And well, mine, they're pretty transparent, but what I was afraid of is that people that thought that they were very close up to the outer skin layer, that they would quickly realize that it's not there, so then they would have to poke more. And I was just so terrified, like, because we have to poke on each other, and I know my body, and if I tell them, and they're just learning, they don't listen to me. So they did good on my regular arm here. I was just telling them, like, I'm fine, but I never been I never had to get an IV or anything on my hands, so I was just very scared about that. But anyways, I did his the first time. We went over how to do it, and first one, got it done, gave him Band-Aid, perfect. So sorry guys, my phone says that it's overheating, but I'm so glad that my instructor told me about that, because it puts into perspective how serious it is and how important it is to know what I was learning. So everything from the order of draw, I studied and made my own pamphlets and all that stuff. I could show you guys if you really want to know. Just comment below and I'll be able to let you guys know how I studied for that. My study skills haven't really changed too much, but for phlebotomy I think I added a little bit extra. Like I was more laid back, because for all the prerequisites that I've taken, it was kind of like a review almost, but pardon me, I still had to learn a little bit. But I was so like shocked that like doctors would just yell that at you, and you're just like, okay, I'll get it, but give me a minute, but like for me, I feel like for phlebotomy, I'm most likely gonna, if I do start, I most likely would stay in a clinic section where, when you get your job and they request that you take a urine analysis test, I'd probably work somewhere like that instead of going to a hospital with those things and then having to wake them up in the morning. And it's not even like wake them up at regular time. It's like 4 o'clock where they have to get timed blood tests, you know. And it's like, it's one thing to wake them up as a nurse or respiratory therapist or whatever, but to wake them up to get poked and they don't like needles, I feel like that's a totally different experience. Because I, for one, used to be so sick with asthma. I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but growing up I was very sick with asthma, and I was woken up with a flashlight in my eye, put on all these nebulizers, and it's just so loud. They gave me the mask one sometimes, and I hated that one because the smoke goes in my eyes, so I couldn't even like actually look at who was in there. So I feel like that's a little less nerve-wracking versus someone saying, give me your leg or give me your arm, and then they have to do the whole procedure, lights on, you know. It's like, I feel like that's more rigorous, or more, that's just too much for me. I couldn't do that to those people. So I feel like for me personally, I would have to do phlebotomy. For me, phlebotomy is more clinic setting. I feel like because I've already taken the classes for CNA, I feel like CNA, I could do it in a hospital setting. I think it just depends, you know, also like how they do it, who you work with. There's just other factors, but I feel like to start off, that's my comfortability place. It's really weird. I don't know why. I guess it's more backwards, but I like it so far. But I'm just gonna enjoy some more water, because I actually had cherries for lunch. My significant other, I'm kidding, my boyfriend packed some food for me, and then I was able to, he gave me breakfast, and I was able to get Pringles from him. I know. Not the best, but at least it's a balanced diet. It has some sweet and it has some salty. As long as that's there, my electrolytes should be up, and I have water still. Oh, and this little guy, I'm so glad I got it. I think it's like 10-20 bucks on Amazon, but I got it used, and this one is quick phlebotomy notes. I understand for like nursing and other places like that, they usually have quick notes, but this even goes through like PPE and like just like basic steps. So on the way here, I kind of sat down and I was like, okay. And there's a place, for those of you that don't know, there's when you collect the blood, they're in these different tubes, and these different tubes have different colors. And so sorry, I had to turn off my car. And so the colors show what tests they're going to do. Each test is usually for different chemicals in your body, like a pregnancy test, for example. So the colors are really important because they need to be taken in that specific order. Well, on the way here, because I feel like I forgot, but I know I didn't. But on the way here, I just looked up these, and then I did like what kind of separator they are. And oh my gosh, guys, this helps me so much. But not to mention, I don't think that every place is like the one that I'm at, but it's such a great starter that I feel more confident to be in the workplace in phlebotomy if I have to, right? Because literally on their computer, it shows which tube to use, and it's already in order for you. The only reason we have to know exactly what is in there and what order it is because most times doctors won't say what exactly they don't know the tube colors. They don't know the tube colors that will be needed. So they're like, oh, I need hemoglobin, stat, I need lipid, I need CK. When they say it like that, especially in a surgical setting where everything's stat, you need to know for yourself and for that patient, you need to know which order that is in. So I finished. I'm just walking out right now. Today was pretty good actually. I don't have any complaints right now. We're kind of like the last people to leave so far, but I'm used to that because that's how my work studies have been. I've always been the last really to leave. They offered me to leave 5 minutes before, and they still put down that I was here from 8 to 5. So it's pretty cool so far. I like it. Oh, hey you guys, I finally made it to my car, which is wonderful. I'm just gonna plug that in right now. There's some people struggling. I'm just gonna change out my shoes real quick. Put on some slides. I have an old shoe box down here, so just to try to keep it as sanitary as possible. Oof. That feels so much better. Okay. And so basically I'm gonna be on my way home. I think it's gonna... I'm so tired right now. There was like almost nothing else to do for a long while, and so that's why they offered me to go home pretty early. Which is fine by me. Like I said, it's not like I don't understand, so I'm gonna head home and try to eat something and go from there. Hey everyone, so basically I got home, I took a shower, I ate some soup because I didn't feel like actually cooking anything. I did laundry, I did dishes, and I called it a day. And the only thing I'm doing is just editing this video, and just gonna relax for the rest of the day until tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning. So just have a good rest of your evening. I hope you like this video, and I'm so excited, so I think I'm gonna try to post it as soon as possible. Please like and subscribe below, and let me know what you want to hear about, whether it comes to phlebotomy, CNA, or just my lifestyle. Okay, ciao.